Hello and welcome to this week's video. So I wanted to do a video, a bit of a different video. This is a video I've been wanting to do for a little bit of a while. And essentially there's all this news at the moment with Destiny. Now I want to give a little bit of backstory. So I bought Destiny 1 on release day back in 2014 and playing it like everyone else did. I didn't really quite know what I was getting into, nor did I understand that for the next 12 years, how much of a amazing, beautiful thing Destiny would be on my life. I love Destiny. Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. I know Destiny 2 has its shortcomings, but I still love Destiny 2 for the plain fact that it is just a lot of fun. It was just everything that I wanted it to be, like as a game. Like not just Destiny 2, but Destiny 1 mainly. When I first got into Destiny 1, I want to give a little bit of backstory. I don't want this to be like a bit of a poor me sort of thing. I just wanted to give a bit of backstory and understand why I'm doing this today and why I'm talking about Destiny. So in my last video, I spoke heavily about Star Wars and how much I loved Star Wars and that junkyard aesthetic and that space grunge and that entire niche. And when I first started playing Destiny, immediately what I thought of was, this is me. This is everything about me. This is Star Wars aesthetic. This is Star Wars coded. This is what I want it to be. This is futuristic styles mixed in with old, pre-wartime grunge. And it's just so good. And I remember the first day playing it, the first moment that I got my ghost, like my ghost woke me up as a guardian. I chose Titan because that's just what I am. And when I started going through and playing the game, the very first cutscene where you get the spaceship and you meet the first Archon Priest, and you're like, holy crap, I gotta beat this fucking guy. From then on, I've been hooked. Just everything about it, just the fact that you can be playing, and Bungie at the time was so ingrained in entertaining its players. I remember the first time that I would be in the middle of playing and you'd do something or trigger something or a random thing would happen, a random event would happen, you'd be into it. Like, I've never seen this before. What is this? What's going on? And I never got a chance to play a lot of raids. I never got the chance to really make a lot of friends in Destiny or do whatever. But Destiny was the game that I would always play. So at the time, in a lot of the years, in the last 12 years, I've gone through bouts of depression. I've gone through bouts of, suicidal tendencies, even suicide attempts. And I've never had that outlet that you can go to, like people go and do sports or a hobby, or they go and do something. I had Destiny. Destiny was that for me, and it'll always be that for me. Being able to go and do strikes and PvP and Crucible and spend time at the tower, and it was just so engrossing, and I just loved Destiny as a whole so much, and it was that thing for me that I would always turn to when I needed something. Now, what I wanted to do today is so there's a trend on social media at the moment. It's sort of on the back end. I've sort of missed it a little bit, but I don't really give a fuck. I want to do it anyway. I want to make a ghost animation in Blender, and I thought, why not record it, screen record it, and show it. People might be interested in this, people might not. And I really hope that this is something that I can watch and it's entertaining and it's fun, and I get to make a really cool thing at the end of it. I did go through and just do a little bit of a test animation. I did go through a bit of a test ghost modeling, so I didn't look like a complete, fool and a noob when it came to Blender. And I wanted to make sure I had a bit of an idea. But I had this idea about making it really like UI interfaced, encoded, and I had this really cool sci-fi techie idea. But the more that I was playing around with it, the more I kept thinking, this is sort of garnering on like the fringe of Marathon and Destiny combined, and I was sort of liking the idea. But then I started thinking of something more simple. I started thinking more of the Destiny Tower, and I started thinking more of Ikora Ray's library, and you go down there and they'd have like the bazaar, and the bazaar was like a market sort of style thing. And I kept thinking about what is the state of Destiny? Like, what is it? And I wanted to give it this nice nostalgic, glowing, sort of thing. And I like the idea of having an animation of a ghost that's in a chest, that's got some books in the background, that's got some nice God rays, some dust particles, a rug on the ground, a cloth flag flying in the background. And that's what I wanted to make. And I thought that'd be really, really cool. That's so beautiful and so Destiny coded. It's got this nice, like, special what Destiny was to millions of people, millions of young and old people who found a lot of fun and entertainment and friends and relationships all through this wonderful, wonderful game. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and model that. And first and foremost, disclaimer warning. Disclaimer warning. I am not a good Blender operator. I am not a good 3D operator. I will be doing things that you, most likely if you are watching this and you are a really good Blender operator, you are going to be tearing your fucking hair out like, mate, just do that. That is not the way you do it. You're doing things so wrong. And that's okay. I'm so sorry if you are someone who experiences that. I am still learning, and this is how you do it. And if I do fuck up and if I do make a mistake, please do let me know in the comments. I really, really would love that. That would be fantastic. And yeah, well, without further ado, I'm going to time code all this. Don't you worry, I'll time code all this. So you haven't got to listen to my fucking bullshit rambling. I just wanted to talk about how special Destiny is to me as a person, as a gamer, as, you know, as someone who's been through what I've been through, and I wanted to, yeah, elaborate on that. But without further ado, I'm going to get into it. Make sure I'm in focus. One thing I definitely need to do, 100%, is I need to figure out a way better way to record myself, because I'm recording myself on my cinema camera right now, and it's a fucking tripod, it's the fucking whole thing, it's a whole thing. So, right, so I'll start screen recording. And yep, it's screen recording right now. So let's get into it. So I wanted to go a little block out first. So we'll start by just getting a plane, scale it up by 5, I guess. And then with this one here, I want to do a little bit of block out. So we'll start off with a, oh wait, no, start off with a cube and scale it down. Oh, hang on, let me just try that again. Cool. Maybe just go like right sort of here, like that, you know, but I want to have like a lid that is like, you know, that comes open, sort of rotates open with some nice hinges and stuff like that. And then what I'm thinking as well is right there. Let's get this over here. Hang on, before I do anything else, let's chuck a camera in there so we can just start to see what that camera looks like. Let's get this camera in here so we can start to make it seem more of like what's going on. And that's like basically, you know, it's pretty decent for what I'm going for right here. Yeah, like right there. And then what I wanted to also have is I wanted to have a rug. Maybe with the camera, maybe I'll bring that back just a bit more. Yeah, something like that. But I wanted to like, I have a very certain, I'm very odd in a way when I create things, because I want things to be a very certain way. I want things to be a very certain look, and I can see it in my head so clearly, and then it's like making it happen, you know, like this. That's going to be the issue. I think I want it to be a bit closer. So maybe I've gone too big with my scaling, but this is just a block out scene. So I know that with my test ghost animation, what I did was I made it about 30 centimeters. So pretty small. So this is all like meters and meters tall, you know, like this is all fucking gigantic, you know, 2 meters and stuff like that. So it's a bit big. So I reckon like the camera's behavior will be a lot different once I start. And then I did want, you know, sort of thing there. Sort of thing there, and I did like the idea of having like a sort of thing there. Cool. So like a table sort of thing there, you know? I was gonna like maybe put some other like, you know, like a vase or some of the stuff like that there. And then what I thought would be pretty cool is to have like a, and then have like a sort of like poster on the wall there as well. You know, I wanted to have, I got a couple of images that I thought would look pretty cool. And yeah, and then you'd have like, you know, some like nice sun shining through, maybe some God rays coming through. Maybe there might be a window in here. But yeah, like I thought that'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I reckon that's pretty cool. Alrighty, so what I'll do is I'll start off by going through and doing the ghost first. So let's get rid of all that. Cool. Yeah, that way? Yep, sweet. All right, cool. Just a sip of brew. Well, yeah, I've got to hear it. I'd hate that. Alrighty, so we're going to start off with a cube. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to scale it down to 0.3. Cool. Get up nice and close there. Cool. Scale. Now, what I want to do as well is when you do this, you want to subdivide it. And then what you want to do is you're going to go into vertex mode and you're going to go through and join all these verts here, because as we know, with a ghost, they are a diamond shape that is like two diamond shapes. It's very unique in its look. I do love the fact that with Destiny, what they did with that ghost, they made it such a unique companion in that game. Like, I don't think I've ever seen, not in my experience anyway, a game that has had a companion that looks quite good and is quite as, you know, enthusiastic and just fun and just great. Cool, that's that. Excellent, great. Okay, cool. So we're going to start off. No, we're not operating on the negative. Cool. All right, X, and we're going to go 45. Fantastic, just like that. All right, so with this one here, because we are operating on this bad boy, what we want to do is we want to mirror. Actually, no, what I'll do is I'll grab a hold of these verts, and I'm going to scale them down like so. And you want to try and get them nice and square. Yep, just like that. So nice and in line, just like that. So one's not poking at the top or anything like that. Okay. Now, once I've done that, all right, then I can go to the side and I can grab a hold of these verts. Actually, I'll change it to faces. Change it to faces, and I'll delete the faces and add a mirror modifier. Beautiful, fantastic. That's going on right now. Excellent. All right, so let's change the rotation. Cool, excellent. Now, with this bad boy right here, so what we're gonna wanna do first up is gonna grab a hold of these 4 points right here, and we're gonna drag them back, oh, on the x-axis, so sorry. Now, yep, about there. Yep, good. Fantastic. Oh, actually, you know what I want to do first is I'm going to grab a hold of this bad boy here, and I'm actually going to bevel this one right here. Now, what I like to do is I want to subdivide. I want to subdivide that one a bit more, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go Shift S Alt Scale, and then you can actually drag it across, and it's going to create a nice circle, just like that. Okay, that's something that I've actually found is actually really good. If you want to go a bit more circularly, okay, you can actually go again and get it a bit more circular, just like that, drag it across, and that's fantastic. So with this one here, you can actually extrude, go all the way through, looking on through there, and face. Beautiful, fantastic. Actually, I'm gonna extrude that a bit more, all the way through. Cool, X faces. Fantastic, that's halfway through. All right, cool. Now, well, I just want to get this one, and I'm just going to give it a nice, easy bevel. Nice, easy chamfer. Cool. And this one, I'm only going to go 3, just like that. Maybe 2, actually. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Yep, that's good there. Cool, and that's going to do the same thing on the back there. Now, when I go here and I grab a hold of 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, and I scale those bad boys up, you're gonna start to create a bit more like that. Now, I'm gonna go back before that chamfer, and I'm gonna go just do a 1, actually. I'm gonna go 1. I think that'll work out a bit better. Let's go. Let's try this out. It's very diamondy. It's very diamondy. What I'll do, let's go back to this bad boy right here. All right. Let's give that one a test run. Yep. So that's better. That's better. I wonder if I put proportional editing on. Let's take this right down. That's kind of nice. Looks pretty good there. Yeah. It's not too bad. Yeah. I did kind of like it the other way though. I did like it the other way, you know? I think that was, all right. I'm sorry to do this. I will edit this out. Let's go here. All right, let's subdivide and make it nice and circular. Let's turn proportional editing off. And we'll chop on clipping. All right. Faces, beautiful, that's nice in the middle now. Beautiful, and let's get a hold of these bad boys. I like this one because it offers a bit more of a cleaner sort of a more ghost techie sort of vibe, in my opinion. I like that. I think that looks really good. Cool. All right. So now we're going to go back to what I was talking about before with bringing back and creating that famous ghost shape. There we go. Just like that. Nice. So now we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere pretty quickly as well, which is what I love about this model, which is really good. I'm going to chuck on a bevel modifier. Just going to have a look. Going to go to 6. Okay, it's looking a little bit ugly. There's a lot going on here. And then I'm going to chuck on a weighted normals. Yeah. It's a bit cleaner, that is now. Ooh, that looks a bit ugly. Yeah, right. But don't worry, let's get rid of those for a second, because as we know with that beautiful ghost shape, its wingtips are squared down. So as we know, Shift Shift Alt bevel. No, not that one. Command Shift B. Yep, there we go. That's it. That's the one. All right, Command Shift B, and we're going to pull that bad boy down there just like so. Looks really good there now. Nice square wingtips there, that nice classic ghost shape. And then what we can do, because we've got that beautiful lines right here, what we want to do is connect the tops and bottoms here. And I'll tell you why a bit later on, because when we do our texturing, that's going to come in handy. Excellent. Beautiful. Fantastic. Cool. Now, let's try that modifiers again. We'll try the bevel modifier. I'm going to go to 6. Cool. That looks a lot better. And add in the weighted normals. See, that looks a lot tighter now. It looks really good. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with that. It looks a lot slicker. Looks really good. Nice. Fantastic. Cool. Yeah. It's coming along nicely. Cool. All right. So next what we want to do, so I have seen some people go ahead, I was going and doing a little bit of research for this one, and actually, we'll just apply those just to make sure. And let's see if I can bevel this just a little bit. Just a little bit. That might be throwing off the bevel. Yeah, that's throwing off the bevel. Yeah, we'll keep it like that. We'll keep it like that. That's already got a nice bevel on it right there. I don't need to add any more. All right, so what we want to do, we want to get a hold of this bad boy and this bad boy right here. Okay. Yep. Nice, fantastic. And what we're going to do, we are going to bevel it. So we're going to bevel it right there. Not much, just one single bevel. Yeah, about that big. Has going to be too big. Nice, and we'll get rid of those faces. Now, from here, let's grab a hold of that one there. And oh, actually, this actually helped me a lot in my first test render. When you are coming through here and you do face that off, go through and face them bad boys up, just like so. It helps a lot when you actually level them. You want to level them. So this one here, so SZ0, as you can see that made that change just then. So we'll get a hold of this one. Oh, we'll get a hold of that one like we just did. I'll go face select, that one there, that way it's a lot more accurate. And scale Z0, beautiful. Face select, scale Z0, and scale Z0. Great. Now that's going to make it a lot easier for this next section, because what we're going to do, we're going to grab a hold of all these faces. We're going to go I for inset. Not too much, you don't want it to start to overlap with itself, just like so. And then we're going to go Alt E, and we're going to go extrude individual faces. I'm going to go into each other like that. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get nice and close here because I don't want it to actually go too far into each other. I want it to actually be just touching, okay? Just touching. So, and I'll tell you why in a sec. So just touching, hold shift for that little bit of a feather, just like that. Beautiful, excellent, great. Now you'll see, when you see, like if I bring in a reference, let's come down here to this one that I've got. Okay, so you can see here, well, that's actually fucking massive. Right, so see here, it's got that beautiful bit right here in the middle, that nice body section, and it's got that part there where it actually has a nice bevel. Cool, so let's get that out of the way. Excellent, and we'll just hide that for now. I don't want to really see that in the background. Okay, great, so that's coming along quite nicely. What we want to do is, we're going to go to 2, and we want to add a couple of, oh, not that one. There we go. A couple of edge loops, and the edge loop is going to be really quite important. So we're going to come along that one there, and come along here, and SY0. Let me go back, so I want to make sure I have them both. What if I go here, duplicate, and just go right across. That's gonna be way better. Let's do that. Cool. So then if I grab a hold here, oh wait, no, that fucked it up. I might have to just leave. Maybe I fucked it up. Maybe I didn't do it well. But we're just gonna go here. Just gonna grab these two. Let me just change my minimal. So we can get in a bit closer. I'm gonna grab a hold of these two bad boys, and let's give it a bit of a bevel. Nice and easy, not too much. And just to add in a little bit more detail, just like so. So I'm gonna get rid of that, and I'm gonna come along and grab a hold of these two bad boys, get rid of that one. And that way we have them nice and neat. Just one segment, doesn't gonna be too much. Cool, excellent. That's nice and even now. Beautiful, that looks fantastic. Well, it does to me anyway. I'm very happy with how that's coming along. Nice, beautiful, fantastic. Great. Message. Okay. Cup of joe. Fantastic. All right, well, it's coming along quite nicely. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. Now what we want to do is we want to add in a little bit more detail. So with this one, what I did on my test, so I wanted to add in the cuts. So if you go here and you go like there, hang on. What the fuck? Let me, oh my God. Let me get an edge loop here. Maybe that's just on the back, but I want one on the front. All right, let's get rid of that one. Let's do instead, let's see if we can make this happen. Let's get a mesh, and we're gonna go this one here, and we're gonna scale this bad boy down, only small, okay. That looks like it's on a pretty good 45-degree angle. So let's rotate 45 and maybe a bit less than that. Right up here. Fantastic. Maybe a bit less. Yeah, it looks pretty good there. Great. So that's going to be that little cutter that we do. Now what we want to do is, it's very important that we add in a, let's just give it a bit of geom. So let's, only a small bit. Great. And then we'll add it with a bevel modifier. Go up to 6, my favorite. Cool. That's nice. So if we go here and then shift here, I'm on a laptop, so I know that this is going to be a different set of workarounds than what a lot of other people have with PCs and keyboards, but I'm on a laptop, a MacBook. So yeah, I've got to go through and do things manually like that. So now we have a nice slice, and that's going to add in a nice, you know, a nice bit of difference when it comes to texturing and when it comes to how everything's going to be there, which is really good. So with this one, cube slice, there we go. So you can go to modifiers. No. Usually what it does is it adds in a modifier, a Boolean modifier. But sometimes what it does as well is it gets rid of the mirror. I don't know why it does that. I really don't. So let's go back, and what we want to do before we use that slice, so let's actually add a Boolean, and let's see if, yep, different, no, so I want this one. Because I want to, actually no, does this one get the Boolean? Generate Boolean, put this on top. Plain. Now if I hide that, nope, that doesn't work either. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that as well. Okay, so I'm gonna have to come back to this, but what I will do is I'm going to add, I'll apply that, and I'm going to add a mirror modifier because I want it to get to the other wingtip as well. So if I just go, hang on, let's scale, rotation, location, beautiful. And we'll go that one there. Now we don't need them on the x-axis, we just need them on the top and the bottom right there, which is fine. So we'll keep them there for now, or you can just go there if you want. Cool, we'll keep them there for now. And what I want to do, I want to go through and do a little bit of other stuff first, and I want to add in a little bit more detail before I do those bevel modifiers. So as you can see here, these ones haven't got it, but this one have got it right there, okay? But these little bits of detail, I want to get those. I want to get those in there now. Now, when I did my test modeling, it actually was, a bit difficult because it kept throwing off the geometry. So what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to try and solve that with you here watching. Maybe you here watching me will actually help to make it happen. So let's hide that bad boy again. Cool. All right. In the object mode, okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add in a mesh. I'm going to add in a cube. I'm going to scale it right down, just like nice and small. All right, let's get it across the Y, and we're going to scale it up on the Z just like that. And then let's gonna go scale and then shift Z, and we're gonna keep scaling that down just like so. Okay, so we have it still pretty tall. Like that looks pretty good. Like that looks like it'd be like a nice scale for what we're after, which is pretty good. So let's zone in on that bad boy right there, and let's give it a nice oval shape. Cool. Let's pull that bad boy down. Oh, hang on. Scale and rotation. And let's go again. And we're going to give it some nice cuts there. There will be good. Cool. All right, that's going to be good. Nice, fantastic. All right, yeah, like that looks pretty good. I like the scale of that one right there, which is actually pretty decent. Okay, so let's get that one over to the mesh. And now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to mirror. Let's see if I can, I was going to array it. but we'll mirror it around this bad boy. And what we'll do, we'll go Y and Z, and I think one of these gets them on the thing as well. Or what I could do is I could duplicate, then rotate on the X 90. Oh, hang on, let's do this. I'm gonna go to 3D cursor, rotate on the X 90. There we go. Cool, excellent, that'll do really well. So if I go this one and make them all the one geometry, and then if I go here, here, and then if I go here, and I'm gonna put it into brush, so difference like that. Now what that's gonna do, let's have a look. All right, that just seemed to make a mess. Did it work up here? I mean, it worked, kind of. Not really. Sort of worked a bit odd. Like not really, yeah, it didn't really have a good effect, did it? Let's take that back. All right, let's try, I'm gonna try this. So this worked for me last time. So what I did was I just went all, tab, oh, hang on. Let's apply that. Oh, hang on. Let's apply that. And we'll grab a hold of all that, all, L, and we're gonna go P, by loose parts. Excellent. And then each of these are, but for some reason it duplicates them. So let's just get rid of that one, 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 that one. Cool. Great. So now if I go this one and this one, it should work. If I go difference, now it works. I don't know why. I don't know why if you go by singles, but if you go singles, then it seems to work. Okay, so we're gonna go through and do that one by one. Yep. Now remember, you do it on the brush. Don't do it on the auto if you have the Bool tool enabled. I probably should have spoken about that. This is my first time doing any sort of tutorial, any sort of anything with Blender live for my YouTube audience. So I'm gonna miss a lot of things, and I do apologize about that. All right. I thought I could hear my laptop get overheating like a motherfucker, but I did not. Cool. Excellent. And with the brush, instead of doing the auto, it doesn't take away the other, like the this bad boy's mirror. You know what I mean? Cool. So now we have all these bad boys right here, these booleans, which I'll go through and apply in a minute. Now, with one of these, if I move it around, do whatever, she's going to be coming along and doing whatever in the geometry. So if I want, I will actually duplicate. I wonder if that will go along and do anything. No. What I'll do, let me go back. And I'll just go back until I what I'll do is I went back too far. It's all right. I'll just do that. And then I'm gonna duplicate. All right. So what I'm gonna do now, so now that I'm pretty happy with how all this is looking, so if we bring this bad boy up, so like the detail there is all looking pretty good. I know that the detail here versus here is a bit different. That's something that I definitely needed to look at a bit more. But the detail in terms of what's happening out here is all looking pretty decent. All right, cool. So let's do this one here. All right. Cool. All right, so now with all these booleans, I want to start going through and applying them. So let's go through here and we can just apply that. And we can start going through. Now these three I'm okay, that one, all right, cool. So we can start going through and applying these booleans because I'm very happy with where they're sitting and what they're doing. Great. What was that? Nothing. Okay, great. All right. What was that? I did see a shading issue just then. Hopefully that didn't. Okay, something happened, but I don't see any issues really. So we can be sweet there. Okay, so we can add that one. So this one can just get the fuck out of here. Oop. Now what is going on here? All right, now we need to go back through and have a look at these booleans and make sure that nothing is going wrong. Okay. Because if I hit here, and let's say this one, what is going on there? All right, so let's just say if I go here, this is the sort of stuff that really throws me off because you think, all right, I've done everything right. Now I don't know what's going on. Why is that? Let's go this one here, and we'll, like the plane can be sorted. All right. So I don't know why we're having these problems. I might need to leave them until the mirror modifier is applied. All right, I'm going to apply the mirror modifier because in terms of... Actually, no, I'll keep it on for a bit longer. All right, so now I want to add just a little bit more detail into the wings and stuff like that. What's this bad boy? Yeah, right, that's something. All right, I want to start going through and adding little bits of detail here on the wings. So let's start going through and doing that. All right, let's add in a circle. All right, bad boy right there, scale it right down, cool, nice, excellent, and we want to get that sitting right there. This might be up, like this might be a bit too, like if I go here, if I go to this bad boy here to, you know, like that there. Hang on. Like that. Let's just go this one here. Oh my God, I'm frustrating myself now. I can only imagine what it's like for you watching this right now. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I'm so sorry everyone who's watching this is probably tearing your hair out right now thinking, what is this fucking guy doing? But what I wanted to do is I wanted to add just a few little bits of extra detail, you know, like that. Little bits of detail like that, you know, which you can see on there, like that, right there. I just want to add that. What I'll do, I'll take that back before that's there, and that way when I grab a hold of this, I'm going to do that there, and then let's just get this like that, that. Okay, that one there did not work like I wanted it to. I wonder if I've got to do it separate. There we go. Cool. Oh, did I do something? Cool. Yeah. Cool. Excellent. That looks pretty good. All right, so we're going to take away those booleans, and I'm going to mirror them. Just going to connect these two. Add a mirror modifier. And we're going to get those on the other side. Nope, not there. Let's go on the y-axis, but not on that one there as well. Cool. Alrighty, let's see if object. So it looks like we've got a problem. Let's see if I can just dirty this up a little bit. I mean, it's all in. Yep, well that's in. Not completely, but, and that one's not in either. All right. All right, cool. Let's get that bow down there. And we just want to fix this. All right, let's try it now. All right, fantastic. Great, we got those bad boys up there. Now, let's add a little bit of, let's see if I can. Let's add. Sorry, I completely zoned out with what I was doing there. I'm so sorry. I am back now. I was just trying to make it work, which I really liked. I was trying to add a little bit more detail, which would be really good. Just a little bit more there. And pretty much I'm just going to repeat the same process as the last one. Like that there. And I'll do, boom, like that there. Cool. So, cool. We'll apply that, apply that, apply that. And then here, object, boolean, boom. Cool. Nice. Adds a little bit more there. You know, just a little bit more spice, a little bit more how you going. All right, cool. Well, I'm pretty happy with how this shell is looking now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and look at we're going to go look at the eye, like the body right here, okay, which is going to be how this one's going on. So let's get this one and hide, this one, hide. Cool, excellent, fantastic. So now what we're going to do, let's add in a UV sphere, and let's get this up to 128. Let's get it really full of geometry. Let's really bring that bad boy down, and we're going to rotate like that, okay? And what we want to do, so what I saw, what people I saw doing were, they were getting two, like they were getting the, you know, one here and one here, which I don't like. So what I'm going to do is come right here, just like that. And I'm going to get a hold of this bad boy here, and I'm going to get it to poke out slightly, and I'll do the same thing here. Get it to come out like that. And if we take that off, that's looking pretty good. Let's just take it back a little bit there. Maybe I went too hard there. Let's get it right there. And we'll get it. Oh no, that's not what I want. I don't want to stretch it. We'll get it along here, and we'll get it along here. Cool. All right, I like that better now. That looks way better. Maybe I could stretch it just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Yes. How's that? Yeah, like that's looking pretty decent. Pretty decent. Cool. All right. Let's hide that. Alrighty. What we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this. I'm going to bring it out here, and I'll tell you why in just a second. So we're going to add a loop cut here. I'm going to go right here, just like that. Delete the vertices, and then this. Can I get the circle, please? There we go. Face that right there, and all here. Going to bring that down just a scooch, just like that. And then when I get this to come back through there, now when I go here and here, object, boolean, difference, now we have that nice bit there. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit more. I'm going to bring it a bit further in, like that. Cool, great. So go through there. That's looking pretty good now. All right, so yeah, you can see it's got a couple of rings there. So what I'll do, let's see if I can make this work. Let's go that, and then we'll get out like that. 3, extrude, out like that. And then maybe I push it back a little bit like that. I'll give it a small bevel. Up to, oh, not that many, just 6. Cool. Yep, that's pretty good. Yep, I like that. Fantastic. Now what we want to do, this is very important. So we're going to get face, and then what we're going to do is, actually, no, I've got a different idea. We're going to do that, and we're going to get it on the Y 180 degrees, and I'll tell you why in just a second. And we'll scale that down until we have that bulbous coming through that eyepiece right there. You can see that piece in the middle. We want that to be there. Now if I come through, and if I come through, push through like that. Yep, excellent. Let's hide that. Oh my God, oh my God. What have we made? What the fuck is this? All right, let's get rid of this fucking thing. All right, let's do that. Faces. Okay, she's back to G-rated. All right, that was intense. Cool. Great. That looks pretty good there. Can't see it. It's the same shape, same everything. Great. And that's going to be the glass material for the eye to be in. And it's going to come in very handy later, and I will tell you why when we get to the texturing stage. Cool. Okay, so what's really interesting, so we'll hide that. So when you look at the back of a ghost, I wonder if, no, I didn't save it, but if I go into here, I was on Pinterest looking at some stuff. So if I go to ArtStation, there was a fella who did one, and shout out to him. His ghost looked phenomenal. His ghost looked so amazing. Let's go Destiny Ghost. Oh, Destiny. This one here it is anyway. Adam Beardall. Adam Beardall. Mate, your ghost is just amazing. It's freaking amazing. Now, when we get down here, when we look at the back of it, whenever it decides to load, let's just go here. Ah, cool, here. So you can see right here, it's got some nice patterns and shapes along here. So you can see what I mean by that circle doesn't look like it'd be a circle. It'd be a lot more of like a, you know, elongated cone pipe sort of shape. There's no way that's just a circle because it's quite big. You know what I mean? Maybe it is. Maybe he's done it really well. I don't know. But that's definitely above my talent level. So what I want to do here, I don't want the back to be just plain. Now, some might be like, well, you're not going to see the back, and that's true. But at the same time, I might want to display this. I might want to have it for a show. I might want to have it for something. So I would like to still do that. I would like to still have it as a fully authentic, because I think Destiny deserves that, which is what I'm really going for here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it real simple. So I'm going to go boom and boom, like that. Okay, and I'm going to give it a nice little bevel, not much, just like so. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and pull that bad boy in like so. Now let's get nice and close here, because this is important. I'm going to add a loop cut there, and I'm going to add a loop cut there, and I'm going to grab a hold of both loop cuts, and I'm going to push them down the line, bevel them, like so, number 6, and then I'm going to get boom, 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 like that. And I'll give them a little bit of a bevel as well. And that's just gonna add that nice bit of geometry right there. Okay, and in the back here, if I can just go back, like that there, you can see how there's a nice little bit of bevel there. I'll add a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll get this one. Okay, I'm gonna bring that out like so. I'm going to bevel that. Cool. And then what I might do, just for a little bit of extra shits and gigs, I'm going to go select, I'm going to go checker select like so, and I'm going to extrude, and then Alt S, bring it down. Oh no, I'll bring it up a little bit, just up a scooch. And then I will give them all a bevel like that. And it gives that nice, you know, that nice bit of pattern right there. Now for the middle here, what I want to do is I want to get nice and square on. Now, what I was trying to do last time, I was trying to, that way I can see the yellow line there, make it nice and square. I was trying to do last time, I was trying to get this nice and square like that, but it didn't quite go the way I wanted it to. Like that, and then out 1, 2, 3, 4, and then out here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, great. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing, extrude, and then 2, boom. Because I don't want to do, because if I go, actually what I'll do, if I just go, oh, hang on, like that, beautiful, and that still, oh no, so I can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, and get that to come out like so, and then give it a bevel. Bit more of a pattern like so. And last but not least, if we just look at this bad boy right here, we've got a nice square there. So what we'll do is get rid of that one, mesh, cube, like that. Make it look nice, make it look nice and decent. And bring that out like so, and boom, boom. Actually, let's get this one and add a bevel modifier, like so, and we'll get that looking nice and sexy, like so. Cool, and then we can get this one, like that, and we can go difference like that. Cool, and what I'll do is I'll just bring this bad boy and I'll just extrude that, like so. And I'll just try and get it to fill in. I know I'm doing this in a really retarded way, and I do apologize. I just don't want this to... Yeah, like that looks pretty decent. I like that. That looks pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, got a nice looking back now. So from here, like we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good as a ghost in all of itself. You know what I'm saying? So now what we want to do is we want to get that really beautiful eye. Okay, that really nice eye that we have right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a plane like that. I'm going to, on the Y, just like that, and I'm going to scale it right down just to be just inside like that, maybe a little bit smaller. Okay, great. So let's get this to go across here like that and like that. Now, when I was on my test one, I actually found out a really good way to do this. So we're going to go through and we're going to subdivide a bunch of times, just like that. We'll go to 10, all the way to 10. Cool, and we're going to go to front view, and we're going to go, okay, so this is the middle right here. We're going to go boom, 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 boom. And we're going to go join, down, let's go down to this one, boom, 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 and just like that there, 1, 2, 3, like that, boom, and then Is that right? Yeah, cool, excellent. So that's going to be all right there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to go boom, boom like that. And then from here, boom, 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 and boom, like that. And then here, 1, 2, up 1, and then 1, 2, like that. Cool. All right, now from here, what we also want to do is we want to go to face mode, and we're going to go C, and I'm just going to go like this, and select those bad boys there. Great. All the way through here, and like that. Cool. And then what we're going to go is Control I, delete faces, and now we have this bad boy right here. So we're going to go boom, all the way around like that. And we're going to go subdivide again, and is it op? There we go. Wait, no. Boom, boom, boom. No, hang on. Shift Alt, that one? No, cancel. Oh my God, it's, there we go. Now we can bring that all the way down to a nice circle. Cool, we can bring that right down. Fantastic. Great, excellent, cool. And let's get it a little bit smaller there. And we're gonna add in a bevel, and we're gonna add in a solidify. And with the solidify, we're gonna give it just a bit of depth, just like so, and get it looking really good. And with this one here, up to 6, fantastic. And now we have a nice looking eye. Now, this is where it gets looking really good. So we're gonna get this eye here, and we're gonna actually rename that eye. I'm gonna get this one and name it Ghost. And then this bad boy here, we're gonna call it Body. Plane. Eye. Let's call it eyeglass. And plane eye underscore emission. Cool. So this one right here, we're going to just hide that. And this one, we're going to get this face here. We're going to like that there. Oh. And by selection. Yep, cool. Yep, that bit there. Body. Body underscore eye. Let's do that there. And then here, we'll apply all those. And then we're going to get a shrink wrap modifier. And we're going to get it on the body eye. Cool, just like that. Cool. Now offset will be the littlest bit. Cool. Excellent, maybe get a little bit more. Excellent. Great. So then now, when we move it around, it stays on the eyepiece, and then we can get the glass back. And then when we put the glass material on there, it's going to come through and make a really nice caustic, really beautiful kind of thing. Okay, so far we have got a really nice ghost. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to texture it today. I'm going to do the texturing, and then I will get going. I don't want to leave this to, you know, to another time. I'm going to texture it, and then I'll leave like the rest of the room and everything to another time. I'll do that. Cool. All right. So what I use, what's this one called? Blender. It's Blender Kit again. I use Blender Kit. It's actually really good. So I like using that one. Is it Blender Kit? Blender Kit. Yes, I use Blender Kit because I much prefer the materials that are in there, because they're a lot more realistic. They're a lot more procedurally based and scan based, rather than it just being made all inside of Blender, because I don't really think that the materials made inside of Blender, especially at my skill level, is going to be where I want it to be. So I'm going to, use that one there. So awesome. Let's start off. We're going to go into All right, we'll start off on the glass right here. So we're going to go in here, new, glass. Cool, excellent. And we'll go here and we'll go to materials and we're just going to go glass. And I want like a nice scratched glass. So I want like a really nice kind of glass material that has like a bit of wear and tear on it. With imperfections, that could be the one. What we'll do is we'll go to shader. Cool. All right, so glass, okay, cool. So what have we got here? We got this one with imperfections, but let's see what we got over here. Oh, that's glass cracked. We got some cracked. Let's go with the imperfections one. And then you're going to just drag it on down like that. Give it a second. Wait for it to load. And then, boom. Okay. So now we're looking at this bad boy right here. And yeah, like I don't mind that. Like that looks pretty good. So you want to take this one into or here and you smart UV project. Excellent. And that way the shader will fix itself. Like that looks pretty good. It's going to look better once you see more. Let's go body here actually. Now with this one, I want like a nice black metal, like a nice brushed black metal. Now what we'll do here in the same thing is here, you smart UV project, like that there, new, let's call this one body metal. Okay, so what have we got here? We've got like a nice black metal there, probably looks a bit too glossy. I want to be a bit more scratched black metal. Let's try that one. Wait for it to load. Okay. Interesting. Probably might take that scale down just a bit more. I think that might be a bit too scratched, like it doesn't really seem viable, like how did that get scratched, you know what I mean? Let's try again. We'll get a different one going on. Brushed black metal, that one there. What about this? Brushed black metal. Black painted metal, let's try that one. The best thing about Blender Kit is you haven't got to worry about changing a lot of things. You can just pretty much drag and drop, which is really good. I like that a lot. See, that one looks better. Let's take that scale down. Yeah, see, I really like that now. That looks a lot better. I really like that. Yeah, that looks really good. So we'll go to that one for now. Like, I don't really... Oh, worn black metal. All right, let me go worn black metal. Let me just have a crack at that one, just to see. No, we'll go back to that one. There we go. Yeah, we'll keep it at that one there. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so now we're gonna go to eye emission and cool, excellent. Now we've got that one there. What I got in my test one was I did hologram. Now, I really liked the way this one looked, but when it came up with its nodes, oh my days. I was like, that's way out of my ability. So I like the idea of it. Let's try Hex Grid. Let's see how that one looks. No. Not quite what I'm going for. Holographic. Let's go that one. See, like that one looks pretty good. If I go into rendered view. One doesn't really seem very strong, does it? What if hang on. Let's just see if this brings up anything. Robot eye. It's a lot more bio than I thought it was going to be. All right, let's just go. We'll go back to hologram. I'll try. There's another one there that I saw. This one. Let's try this one. Yeah, that one looks pretty good. I like that one. Let's distort that a little bit. Noise, a bit more. Lines. Like that looks pretty good. And then emission. Must be. Oh no, there we go. Yeah, nice. And because that's got a glass material, that's going to be really good. Cool. All right. We'll head back to here. Now, this one here can be a little bit different. So that body was all pretty easy to chuck in. But what we want to do is, all right, all up. There's a fair bit going on here. All right, so all up. Let's go in here. Smart UV project. Cool, excellent. And what we're going to do, we're going to start off with C, and we're going to select this group because we want that eye to be that nice. Okay, I don't want to select these bad boys. Unless maybe I do. That could all be. No, what we'll do, all right. So we'll select this here. And we'll get these bad boys. Right in here. Cool. All right. Cool. These bad boys, new, assign, eye red, great, nice. And then what we're going to do, going to go here, going to go here, right across like that. And that did exactly what I wanted it to do. Fantastic. Cool. New, assign, or new, assign, body, red, like that. Cool. And now, let's go, oh, face. Cool, and I'm going to get tip orange, like that. Cool. New, assign, tip orange, great. And then we're going to go get these ones right here. Oh, what have we got going on here? Is there a shading issue? Shouldn't be. All right, we'll see if that affects anything. Could just be my laptop. Looks like I got all that. Yep, all that selected. Body white. Fantastic. Okay, let's go here. Select. Great. Here. Select. Great. Okay. Here. Select. Great. And here. Select. Great. Okay, cool. So that's looking pretty good. Everything is selected the way it needs to be selected. And the shading. Okay, cool. So eye red. Beautiful. So this bad boy here, we're going to go red metal. Let me go in here. I'll go select and U for Q projection. Cool. Now let's have a look up here. Lightly soiled red metal. That nice body. Oh, that could be good. Let's have a look-see. I do like that. I do like that. Let me just take the scale down. Might be too much. Where is the scale for the other one? Nah, maybe not that one. Oh, red scratched brushed metal. Let's try that one. 52 minutes, holy fuck, I'm gonna have to fucking cut this right down. Oh, heavens to Betsy. That's way too much scratch. Like, that does not give that. Maybe this first one was the go. Maybe that one was the go. I liked that one when I first saw it. Let's go like just a nice red matte metal. How about that? We'll keep it nice and simple. Red matte, let's do that. That's one of the things about Blender Kit, is it all is in this certain way, but it definitely, you can be a little bit deceived sometimes because you're like, oh, that didn't look at all like I thought it was gonna look like, you know? See, that one looks better. I like that one a lot more. Let me just take that scale up. Yeah, I like that one. So now for the body red, I was just looking at this one. So if we go that one, this metal worn red, and we'll get this nice body here looking a certain way. Now, I did find a really good one yesterday for the ghost body. The ghost body looked really good. Okay. If I go in here, okay. So it looks okay, it just looks a bit more of the same, you know? I still wanted it to be a bit darker. Let's get this and bring it down a bit more. And I wanted it to be a bit more of like a gloss. What's that one? Malt blinds. Let's see what's more down here. From far away, though, it doesn't really make a difference. I wonder if I go this one. If I just make it a bit more. Bit more metally, you know what I'm saying? If I find the roughness map, there we go. Yeah, a bit more shiny like that. Cool. All right, cool. Alrighty. So tip orange. Let's go orange metal. And this one hasn't got to be as much detail because it's only just a tip, lightly soiled. Yeah, we can try that one. Let's see how it turns out. I like that these went red as well. I didn't even choose them to go red, but they somehow went red. Ew. Fucking yuck, brother. The fuck is that? Nah, that looks like shit. Orange, scratch, brush metal. Orange matte metal, let's go that one. Because it is the tips, you know? It's not only just the tip, it is the tips. Because they have more of an opportunity to, you know, bash into something or knock something or do whatever. Yeah, that's way better. Way better. Turn the scan up a bit more. Cool. Excellent. That's looking pretty decent. Alrighty. Now this one. White metal. Now, this one came up with a really sick damage sort of pattern that had the very similar, this one here. But one thing I didn't like about it is that it had like fingerprints, like grease thumb prints on it, which I wasn't a big fan of. So let me just go in here, select, Smart UV, yep, cool. And let's try this one, scratch metal. But yeah, straight away, fucking disgusting. I don't know why. There we go. I do like the edge. Like the edge in here looks pretty good. Let's turn that scale up. Like I do think that looks pretty good. I do want a little bit more scuffs on a few things here, and I hate how it's fucking looking ratty as hell there. Not a fan of that. We'll try this one. Let it load. That's horrible. How it's bloody caused all these shading issues here. Not a fan of that. I feel like it's on the right track. It's just not what I want it to be. Look. I'll show you what this one looks like. It looks really good. It looks really good. Yeah, look, immediately it looks fantastic. But you can see like these thumb marks, and I get it. Like these oil marks that have sort of dripped in, and I get it. It's whatever. But at the same time, you know, let's get on that displacement. .0.001. Cool. Maybe I just be happy with that one. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's the ghost. That's how it's looking there. You know? And like, you know, maybe it could work. Lightly soiled. We'll try this one out. Give it one hit. If not, we'll keep it at the other one. Fucking yuck. See, like, that's okay, but the moment you get a bit more than that, it starts to tile, and that's not what you want. That's like, like, I just want it a bit more silver, you know? What else have we got? I'll try one more. Let's try one more. Actually, fuck it. I'm just gonna go right back to this one. That one's pretty decent. If I had a light, like, you know, what if, okay, let's try this. Let's just go metal. And we'll see, because that one's got a bit of a metally sort of tinge to it. It just looks too clean, you know? I don't know. Save it. I'll leave it there for now. But yeah, so right there, we have our very first part of the theme. So we have a ghost, essentially. Now, before I finish up this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and apply the modifiers. I'll apply the mirror. Cool. One of these, I think it was that one there. Cool. And then let's go through and we'll apply that shade smooth. We'll apply the bevel. We'll apply the weighted normal. We'll apply Boolean. And we can just go apply all. Okay. Okay, so today we have successfully modeled a really good looking ghost. I really am happy with it. You probably have, different opinions, which is completely fine. I hope you did follow along. I hope you actually did find this pretty helpful. This is my very first tutorial, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. I know I did a lot of rambling and I know I was still figuring it out along the way, but I hope I was able to provide some value and give you some sort of pipeline or some sort of flow on how to model your own Destiny ghost. This is like, this is very rudimentary. This is your classic run-of-the-mill ghost. This is the beautiful ghost that we all started with on our very first journey on day one. And yeah, I'm in the Cosmodrome. I'm very happy with it. I'm very happy with all that now. So yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts. By all means, please do. Like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. You can tell me to go fuck myself if you want to, but as long as you engage, happy with that. And yeah, what we're going to do, we'll do this in the next video. I'll start doing out like the chest and the environment and making it look really, really good. But yeah, have a great day. Look after yourself. Look after your mental health. If you have any troubles, by all means, please do reach out to me. I'd love to have a chat and see what you're doing and offer some help or give you a friend if you need. Get out there and get some sunshine. You can reach out to me on Instagram at Mitch Lippy. And yeah, going to go through it from there. Have a good day.